Hey, welcome back. So I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, right, Shovel Knight as, like, a non-hero, which is really interesting. I don't know. I also had this really interesting idea. Fuck it, I'm not gonna... It's fine. And now everyone's gonna be like, hey, what was that idea, though? And I'm gonna be like, it's not a good idea. Like, I was just always interested in that, one of my favorite game of all time, probably. I was gonna say one of my favorite games. It's probably my favorite game. Like, no question. One of my favorite games of all time is fucking Yoshi's Island for the SNES. That game is a huge... Fuck! I'm fucking everything up, dude! Is Yoshi's Island, or Super Mario World 2 for the SNES. And that's just such a whimsical game, but... that game... There's something that I never analyzed about that game, in that... Bowser isn't really the bad guy. Kamek, like, Bowser's, like, wizard guy, is, like, clearly the villain of that game. And it's interesting to see in the final act of that game. Spoilers, if you want to play Yoshi's Island, you should absolutely play it, but it's, like, 20 years old, so fuck it. Oh, right, I need to go buy the fucking fishing rod from Chester. There's this really interesting idea where, at the end of the game, I almost said Shovel Knight. Yoshi the premise is you're rescuing baby Luigi, because for some fucking reason Kamek wants the babies, and it's really unclear why. I don't know why I talked to the Travel Acolyte. And God, I'm sorry, I keep losing my train of thought, and I apologize. When you get to the final act, you show up in Bowser's chambers, and Bowser in Yoshi's Island is, like, Mario's age. Like, or maybe a little bit older. Which is interesting because, like, he's not really, like, aware of his surroundings, and he's not inherently evil. He's just a kid. Which, admittedly, kids are evil. But, like, he doesn't know any better. And so, it doesn't excuse your actions if you don't know any better. That's, like, God, that should be known for everyone. But, like, Yoshi shows up, and Bowser just says, like, oh, it's like a little dinosaur thing. I want to ride it. And then you get into a fight, and, like, the entire premise of the fight is Bowser's trying to ride Yoshi. And I think he can succeed and, like, knock Mario off of you, and then he'll be on top of Yoshi. But then you, like, beat his ass to the ground. Oh, I didn't need that. You beat his ass to the ground, but, like, it's interesting because, like, he didn't know any better, and Kamek is clearly, like, doing devious things, like trying to get babies, and Bowser's just there. And then Kamek, in all of his cowardice, like, uses his magic to turn his master into a giant fucking scary disaster monster. And, like, it's very unclear if Bowser is in control of himself in that segment, because, God, that is such a good moment in video games. Like, that still scares me to this day. Like, it has such a fucking good atmosphere. The last boss fight in Yoshi's Island, again, spoilers if you want to play that game, you should absolutely do it. It's worth everybody's time to play that game. And I say that about a lot of games, but it super is. Great thing about it is there's this fucking great build-up where, like, Kamek sprinkles his magic dust on Bowser, and then he expands to encapsulate the whole screen, and then the screen is, like, all, like, black, and then it fades to this, like, you see a bunch of, like, stones crumbling, and then you're on, like, in the, what is unclear, it's, like, maybe it's the roof of the castle, or it's just, like, what remains of the castle, and you see off in the distance, silhouetted by the, like, setting sun or rising sun, is this fucking huge, awesome silhouette of, like, the Bowser that we all know, which is this giant fucking monster. But you only see his shadow, and he's way off in the distance, so it gives you this great sense of scale. Like, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It gives you this great sense of scale, and there's this awesome buildup of music where it's like, I can't do it justice. really good. Maybe if I do a Yoshi playthrough one day, you'll see what I mean, but it's just so good, and I forgot why. Oh, it's just interesting to think that, like, maybe Bowser didn't have a choice in what happened to him, or, like, why he suddenly became evil. Like, for all we know, like, this is going into dumb lore stuff. Like, it's an old-school platformer. Like, you don't really need to justify the actions. It's like, Bowser is clearly, like, no question. Like, he's the villain of the Mario story. Like, he does bad things. But, like, it's interesting in that, at this stage in the story, like, chronologically, maybe he doesn't have full control of himself. And maybe Kamek using his magic is what set him on the path of, like, kind of having a weird, fucked up perspective, because, like, after that, we only ever see Bowser in his, like, large monster form, and maybe, like, that wasn't the path that he was going on originally, but he did have an evil henchman wizard, and that's pretty unforgivable. Fuck! We're just gonna sit on that one for a bit. Should I go get my money back? Question, yes or no? Answer in the comments below. Don't skip ahead. Make sure to comment and let me know before you see if I do it. I'm doing it. I'm not gonna get that bag of gold. Fuck it. It's not worth it. It's not worth dying again and wasting everyone's time. Sorry about wasting everyone's time. Sorry I'm ranting about Yoshi's Island, but Yoshi's Island is a good game that everyone should play. It's super good. I don't really know what else to say. I got into a huge fucking Yoshi's Island rant, which is like the penultimate of destinations where talking medium goes. If I get to Yoshi's Island somehow, then that's fucking golden. Because Yoshi's Island is a place you want to get to. And I did it. I carved that path out. Ugh. Alright, Dust Knuckles. God, the Dust Knuckles is such a fucking cool name for an item. It's so cool! Look at how cool this is! Oh, I love it. God, Shovel Knight's so great. Why wasn't he in Smash Brothers? So in case you're not aware, I'm really, like, Super Smash Bros. 4 had a voting ballot, and you could vote for which character would be in Smash, and it, like, realistically had to be, a character that Nintendo was within reach of, like, acquiring the license to, and a big one that, like, a lot of people wanted, because the people who love this game love it so much, people were pushing for Shovel Knight. And that's awesome, and, like, it was really hopeful that he'd get in, but then the announcement day came, and this isn't a bad thing by any means, but we got, another frickin'... What am I doing? Oh my god. We got more Fire Emblem sword fighting characters, which is fine, if that's your thing, whatever. But that you can't deny that that roster has a lot of Fire Emblem characters. And we also got Bayo from Bayonetta, and that's fine because, like, Nintendo has the right to do that, and she won the ballot, so fair's fair, but God, I wanted Shovel Knight so bad! Like, it seemed like the stars had aligned for Shovel Knight to be in Smash, because, like, at the point before the ballot was announced, or, like, revealed, rather, God, this part always really fucks me up for some reason. Like, I have a really tough time with it. I think that might be my, like, most difficult, for me, part of the game in general. Like, that platforming section. But yeah, like, Shovel Knight had already, like, carved his path and gotten his own amiibo, which was so fucking cool. Like, an indie developer made their own, like, toy thing, and it was just awesome, and you could use it on the video game, and it was just, oh god, it was all around just really cool. I'm like, admittedly, I'm still glad he got his own amiibo, and kudos to Yacht Club for, trying to implement that into more things, like, god damn it. They put, a boss fight for Shovel Knight, in, Gunstriker 2, I guess. Azure Gunstriker. Gunvolt, wait. Yeah, Gunvolt. Sorry, I'm dumb. Get the fuck out of my way! And so it's really cool that, like, they made this cool fucking amiibo, and honestly, it's, like, probably one of the best quality amiibos that's out there. Admittedly, I don't have a lot of amiibos, but the ones that I do have, the quality isn't great, but the Shovel Knight amiibo is just aces in terms of its quality, and I can't, like, I don't know. It was a shame that he didn't get into Smash. Hopefully, for the, because we're getting a new Nintendo console so soon, hopefully that will, give reason for a new iterative, Smash Bros, game, or at least a port with, like, the potential for new DLC and stuff, which would be really cool and awesome, because that's the thing, it's like, Bayo was the last, confirmed, DLC for, that, game, which was like, whatever, that's a good note to leave on. Fuck! That was a good note to leave on. But, I don't know. I hope that the Switch ports every Wii U game of note, because there's so many good ones that nobody got to experience. Hey look, Mole Knight. You ready? Your God, every single voice this session has been blah, blah, blah. You're out of your depths, Spelunker. You lost. These ruins belong to the ages, Mole Knight. They're mine now, but more importantly is that your digging implement. I'm astonished you made 10 feet down with that rusty cricket. I will bury you. So, Mole Knight is a fucking cool boss fight. He's just, like, God, interesting. He, like, leaves the fucking stage and comes back, and he does this thing, which admittedly I usually cheese out by getting over this and bouncing on his head. And Mole Knight has a cool design in that, his visor is shaped like a mole's nose, which I didn't notice until, like, really late. Wow, I kicked the shit out of him. Sorry, Mole Knight. Wow, I did way better than I expected to, on that. Like, way better. And I love Mole Knight's design and his, like, huge claws. There's just something really visually appealing about those claws. Who's this? It's Shield Knight! Oh my god, it's Shield Knight! Okay, so I'm gonna do a shitty thing, and I'm gonna get a lot of gold, even though I don't need to get it. Get out of here. Ah! Oh my god, so my friend, it's really awesome to hear that, like, my playthroughs are, like, making people want- Ah, fuck, fine! My playthroughs are making people want to play this game because my friend, Queen Krisu, God, maybe this isn't the time. I'll get into that story on the next episode. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye!